What's up, guys? In the last week, you work a pass getting chest on chest with the underhook. So finishing side control with a good pin with the underhook and the person's arms over the shoulder. So today I'm going to explain you guys a submission that you guys can apply every time the person's arms is over shoulder. Okay, when you have the side mount position. So usually this position happens when you pass using some type of knee cut pass and the person's arms is over a shoulder like so. Sometimes you guys gonna have a shallow underhook in this position. Sometimes you guys gonna be a deep underhook with the person's back on the floor. Okay, so usually here when I pass, I try to do my best to maintain my head down, to don't let his hands come inside. If I make a mistake to start to raise my head, his hands come inside and the attack is gone. Okay, so I make sure I maintain my head down. The second thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start to let it go the head control, and I'm gonna looking for to control his biceps, and I'm gonna start to pin his biceps with my knee. Okay, and this is extremely important. I'm gonna explain why in a little bit. In the moment that I get here, I'm gonna use my hands that is free on the floor to push off, and I move myself a little bit back, and I start to bring my elbow inside, and I start to apply pressure to his rib cage. When I get here, I feed my own lapel, and I deliver on my collar. And I make sure I have a deep elbow connection. If Cash tries to move his arm now, impossible, I have control. Now, I keep the head control, I stuff the head, and I switch the leg position. I have my left leg control his arm, my right leg is gonna control his arm. Okay, I go 1, 2, and I went to wiper. From here, step, and I maintain my knee up, and I posture. So from here, I control his belt to prevent his turn escape as I go to the armbar. Okay, I control his belt or I control his pants. Okay, whatever you guys can get. So now I just spin all the way through, and I'm gonna get this position, the armbar position. From here, I start to lean towards to his shoulder, direction of his shoulder to separate the hands if the hands are linked, and I get here. In the moment that I get here, I can start to control hands with the hands, and I have a nice armbar position. You can finish with the collar as well, as long as you have a good control. But usually if the person starts to move too much their wrist, I will have to control. And because I have his left arm, I'm gonna try to bring everything to the left. One pull in motion, one push in motion, arch my back, and I have a nice submission. If you catch, try to go to the turn escape now, look, too late. I can't finish. I pinch my knees together and I lock. If at any moment you feel the person is going to the turn escape, you can always start to lock a triangle in your legs to try to prevent the escape. When he's trying to go now, the knee is stopping him. Okay, my sankaku is stopping him. So here, he has free way to turn this way. Go, Cash. Look, now come back. If I feel he start to go, look, my leg go over, and that is completely stop the movement. So now I have one leg control his head, one leg control his shoulder, difficult to him turn, and I can break. Okay, so let's see one more time. So now I'm gonna explain why it's important, guys, to pin the person's arm before you go. So maybe let's say if Cash has a regular frame here and I have control about his arm. In the moment that I start to pull him towards me, if I don't have control about his elbow, what's gonna happen? He's gonna start to move his chest away from me and he's gonna start to post this elbow on the floor. Now if he starts to building himself up, look, he's gone. Now I don't have the attack anymore. So it's extremely important when you guys go to this spin arm bar or far side arm bar, you need to control the near side biceps, okay? So it's way more effective. And the other thing, if you go, maybe the person keep his elbow on the floor. When you create, keep your shoulder on the floor. When I create the rotation now, look, if I don't have control over his arm, very often I'm gonna end up with the leg in this position, look. Okay, now make it easier for him to go to some type of escape because I don't have a good control over the head. So it's much better to have the arm control, because first now if his Cash try to bring his elbow to the floor, he cannot. Okay, I have control over the leg. Now when I want to wipe my legs and I step over, when I go to the arm bar, I have my leg to pin his head down. I have the head control because my leg is over here, not here. Okay, I have a very good connection, and now I can start to overextend. And I'm making tap. If his Cash start to turn as I control his wrist, I switch to sankaku, and now I have a very good leg position to finish and break his arm.